Hello you guys, and welcome back to the vlogs. Am I crazy, or are you guys seeing this thing on my screen? I don't know if it's going to be coming up when I upload this footage or if it's just on my viewfinder. I don't know what that means. I may need to replace this lens. I don't know. Anyway, ignore that. And happy 2026. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday break. As we know, I obviously took off the break. I didn't vlog at all. I just kind of wanted to hang out with my family. We went to Chicago, we went to Montreal, we went to Colorado. We did a couple different cities within a few weeks, so I kind of just wanted to like spend that quality time with my family. But I'm really excited to be back on the vlog. It is the first Monday of January. It's January 5th today, and we are kicking off the vlogs today, and I'm very excited. First vlog of 2026. Okay, so AP and I were supposed to go on a vacation. We were supposed to kick off 2026 going on a tropical getaway, but the universe had other plans for us, and basically our flight got canceled, and we're postponing the trip until potentially next month or the following month. Anyway, I basically have this week off because I told my team, I was like, nobody talked to me for the first week of January because I thought I was going to be on the beach. So I wanted to take this week to really focus on the apartment, just get all like the details and like little knickknacks that I feel like I didn't have the time to do over the holiday break. So I'm looking at lamps right now. I actually placed an order on West Elm this morning. Okay, so this is what I got on West Elm. I got this, the main thing I wanted to get from there was the floor lamp, which AP didn't love. He didn't love it, but he doesn't see my vision yet. And I fear I see my vision. So I'm gonna get it in, but because I saw the lamp, I ended up getting like a few more things. So I got a new duvet and new like pillowcases, basically a full new bedspread. And then I also got some like random little knickknacks for just like trinkets for around the house. Now I'm trying to decide based off of that, which lamp or ceiling lamp I should put above the dining table. Which these are my two options, and I just AI generated them into like a photo. And I also posted it on stories, and you guys are voting, and right now it's basically a tie. I'm even more confused, I guess, but I think I want to go with this one. I think it's just more unique and like different, and I don't know, it makes me feel something. And in 2026, I'm buying things that make me feel something. I'm no longer just buying bullshit. So worst comes to worst, I can just return it. Okay, it's lunchtime and I'm absolutely starving. And one of my 2026 resolutions, I mean, it's kind of been a resolution since I moved to New York, but I'm really trying to implement it into 2026, and that is cooking at home because I have a beautiful kitchen and there's just no excuse. Anyway, so for lunch today, I'm actually just having leftovers. It's nothing that exciting, but last night I made dinner for AP and I did my little like ground beef and yam potato grill bowls. I'll have a picture of what it looked like because this is just the leftovers, but I thought since I have a little bit of leftovers, I would cut open a bell pepper and make little like boats out of the ground beef and the yam potatoes. I don't know if that sounds good. Maybe add some cottage cheese, some hot honey. I don't know how this is gonna go, but honestly, it kind of sounds good to me. By the way, I've been loving my caraway stuff. I placed a huge caraway order when I first moved into this apartment, and I'm obsessed with it. The knives are so good. I also got a full thing of pans. I don't even know if I showed you guys this. I think I probably did, but I also got an entire set of caraway pans, which we love. They're so good. I think I have a discount code, so I will put it in the description if I have one, but I highly recommend because even my cutting boards are caraway. Literally my entire kitchen is caraway, and I've never enjoyed cooking more. My little to-go leftover boxes are caraway. They're so cute, and they're glass, which is nice. Using the Mike's Hot Honey to drizzle, and I also put everything but the bagel and Good Culture cottage cheese. I mean, you guys, honestly, this is so my palate, and like maybe this is not for everyone, but kind of everything to me. Okay, let's do a little taste test. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Okay, I'm currently sitting on my floor in my bedroom, but I wanted to sit down with you guys and just kind of have a little chat in this week's vlog because I feel like going into 2026, it's really important to take a minute and just kind of like reflect first of all, on 2025, but also manifest and like dream up your dream 2026 and like this upcoming year. Okay, it was actually Alex who did all of this and like printed it out and suggested we did this, but I wanted to share it with you guys because we did it last night and I thought it was so fun. So this is your guys' homework from this week's vlog. If you guys are watching this and you're interested in doing this, I should say you should get a piece of paper or print out a little template for yourself with a couple different questions of like reflecting in 2025 and also looking into 2026. So I thought I would go through a few of the ones that we did so you guys can get maybe inspired to do it yourself, because I thought it was a really great exercise and just like a really great way to go into 2026. The first part was reflecting on 2025. So the prompts were top 5 wins. So like, what were your 5 professional and personal achievements or proudest moments of 2025? There's an unexpected joy list, which were moments that weren't planned but ended up being the best highlights of 2025. He also put a gratitude audit, which is a list of 3 to 5 people or things that made you successful last year, which I thought was really interesting and honestly made me think about like who were like the biggest players in my year last year, which those are the relationships you really need to cherish. And then part 2 is presence and mindfulness. So we wrote down what's made us feel present, what were presence killers, like doom scrolling, etc., things like that were personal to you. And the rest of it was 2026 intentions and goals. So there's a bunch of questions that basically like prompt professional, physical, personal, experimental growth in 2026. There's like a bucket list section of like places we want to go or things we want to do. And then at the end of it, we have the relationship portion, which was like a mutual support between the two of us, and we kind of filled this one out together. And this one I thought was really sweet and helpful if you're in a relationship. I think that it's such a good way to kind of like connect with your partner, even if you did this once a year or every quarter, just to like check in. So we wrote down things that we think how we can show up better and then how our partner can show up better, and we kind of like discussed it. And the last thing we did was we described our perfect Saturday together. We did some relationship rituals that we like to do together, and then also we had a little appreciation letter for our partner. So yeah, you could do this alone, you could do this with your best friends, you can do this with your partner. You really can do it in any way that makes you feel comfortable, but I just think it's a really great exercise going into 2026. I loved it personally, and I think that you guys should do it. And I'm excited if you guys do it because it was really fun. Okay, we're in my closet because I have laundry to do. I just got back from being away for like 3 weeks over the holidays. And as you can imagine, I have a lot of laundry. No, like you guys don't even understand. I can't even lift my laundry basket because it is so heavy. Look at it. Look at this. So I have my work cut out for me today, and this was at the top of my to-do list, and it's now almost 5 o'clock. I still haven't done it yet, you guys, but I just don't want to, but it needs to be done. But the reason why I also wanted to bring you my closet is because yesterday when I got home from my trip, I like reorganized my entire closet. It became like a shit show in here. It looked like a bomb went off because of all of like the packing. Basically, like in between all of my trips, we stopped into New York for like one night to lay over. So I would like get into my apartment, throw my old stuff, get my new stuff out, and just like leave it on the floor. It was just awful when I got home to come back to that. So I like literally spent the entire day yesterday organizing it. I should have vlogged it, but I was just like so in the zone. Like I just got in the zone. I didn't start the vlog it, and I was like, I just need to start my week organized. And that's how I spent my Sunday. Okay, so when you walk in, basically yesterday you couldn't even see the floor. So I wish you saw the before and after, because I feel like it would have been much more of an exciting transformation. But this is what it's looking like so far. I have some of my overflow shoes in here because my shoe closet is now full down the hallway. And then I have my jeans, I have some sweat sets, some skirts. We have some knits up there and like some hats. I'm just like storing some bags up there because I don't really know what else to do with it, but I feel like I should get some bins to cover it because it kind of looks a little bit messy. And then I have all of my bags over here, and then some more over here. Some of my jewelry back there. And then over here we have more sweatsuits. Down here I kind of have like miscellaneous tops and like random like resort wear, like bikinis and stuff are in here because I don't need them right now. And then this is kind of like my main closet. So we have like jackets, tops, dresses, statement pieces, things like that. Like I basically utilize this closet for my everyday stuff. And then there's a coat closet in the other side of the apartment, and there's a shoe closet, just like more storage I would say. But this closet is meant to be like my everyday. Like I'm supposed to be able to walk in here, pick a cute outfit, and get on with my day. I'm taking you guys to do my chores with me so I get it done. You guys are holding me accountable. But I've got to do my laundry. So do you girls. I have so much laundry that I'm gonna separate it into 2 different baskets and do 2 different loads. Maybe even 3. Honestly, maybe even 3. This is my favorite laundry detergent. It's by The Laundress and it's just the classic scent, but it's my favorite. I use it on my sheets and on my clothes, and honestly, just the little luxuries of life. Highly recommend. Hi you guys, it's the next day and I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm so tired right now. And all I did today was just like work from my computer. Like I didn't do anything strenuous, but it's like, I don't know, what is it, like 5 p.m. and I just laid down on the couch. Currently watching Sex and the City on the TV. I actually started watching Sex and the City when I moved to New York in September, but I've just kind of like had it as like my go-to show every time I'm like just wanting to like have a mindless show or whatever. So I've kind of been watching it since September and I'm on season 2, episode 14. So I'm almost on season 3. And honestly, this show is truly one of the greatest shows of all time. Especially when you're living in New York. Like I feel like I'm seeing it from such a different perspective now. And I don't know, it's just like a comfort show for me and I just love it. So that's my vibe right now. And I wasn't gonna pull out my camera because I was like, that's boring. But also like, this is just my reality right now. Also you guys, this couch is my favorite thing ever. It's from Tove and it's actually such a good price. So I'm gonna link it. I've linked it before, but I'm gonna link it again because it's genuinely so comfortable and a really good price. Okay, still watching Sex and the City. It's been multiple hours, but I had to share this very exciting news. You guys know how much I love Culture, the frozen yogurt spot here in New York. Like I think when I first moved to New York, the first 2 months I lived here, I would stay at AP's like every single night. Culture was like right around his apartment building. And I think we went almost every single night. Like I'm not even exaggerating. I think I've spent, how much money do you think I've spent at Culture? Like realistically.
You got here in September.
Yeah, I got here in September and we've gone how many?
First 2 months, probably like 4 times a week. Minimum 4 times a week. Spent a lot of time and money on this place. Anyway, the reason why I'm saying this is because it wasn't on DoorDash, so I'd have to go to the location. And I was scrolling through my DoorDash because I was craving frozen yogurt and Culture came up. If you guys come to New York or if you live in New York and if you haven't tried Culture, you have to. There's always a lineup, but it's worth it. It's literally better than any frozen yogurt joint I've ever been to in my entire life. And I get the original with the chocolate sauce and blueberries. Usually strawberries, but typically it's sold out because it's the most popular, I think.
Congratulations, very nice. You must do well.
I got in these like artificial flowers, which I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but I just love having flowers around the house. They just came in. And honestly, and I mean, you can definitely tell that they're artificial, but they are really pretty. Like considering everything, they are really pretty. I got a bouquet of hydrangeas, which I thought would be really pretty for the coffee table, or maybe even like the front door. But I just kind of want to see what it looks like in the space because, like I said, I don't want it to look fake. And I also got this vase. It looks very like vintage. It has this like cool vintage texture to it. It reminded me of a vase that I really love at Olive Atelier, but this one was for way less of a price. So, little Olive Atelier dupe. Okay, so right now I have this rose bouquet that I brought from Vancouver on my dining table, but I just feel like it's a little too, I don't know, I feel like it's more of like a bedroom floral. Like I feel like this should go in the bedroom. It doesn't really feel, I don't know how to explain it, but that's how I had it in Vancouver. And I just feel like the roses is more of like a bedroom flower. And I thought that these would be more of a dining room flower. Like I just feel like these are a little bit more like earthy. I don't know how else to explain it. I just feel like these are more of a living room flower, but also I want them to look realistic. Kind of huge, but I do think that it definitely looks more of like a living space with these types of flowers. Okay, it's a little bit later in the evening. We have a little date night tonight. Some friends. Where are we going again? What's it called?
The Odeon.
The Odeon. Never been, but I'm freaking starving. Okay, I'm starving. And dinner's in like 15 minutes, so it's less like awkward in between of like, should I have a real snack or should I just like give myself a little pickle, a little cornichon to hold me over? And it's just too close to dinner and I don't want to ruin my appetite. Oh, I'm currently eating pickles out of the jar. This restaurant's French, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna get a French onion soup. Is that weird?
No, that's like one of the best things on their menu.
We're taking our... Do you want to explain what this is? Have I talked about it in the vlog?
They know what that is at this point.
Maybe not.
I think so.
Well, we take these little things. They're called Z-Biotics. I've definitely talked about it in the vlog. I'm sure we've taken it. But we're taking our Z-Biotics. AP just took his. But this is what it's like being old. We're taking our little prebiotics before we go have a martini with friends. I haven't had a drink in like 2 weeks.
Since New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I haven't had a drink since New Year's Eve. And it is now what day? January 8th? That's not 2 weeks, that's a week. That's a week. I'll show you guys my outfit before we leave, because I think it's really cute. This jacket is from Shop We Wear White. It's from the fall collection. I have no idea if it's still even in stock or available to purchase. It's from a few months ago, but it's really cute. I'm sure there are maybe a few sizes. And then my jeans are a Goldie. They're my favorite little split jeans. My boots, they're actually new. They're from Britnetta, like a little half calf boot, a little heel. And then just wearing my diamonds. And underneath just like a t-shirt. And then my bag. And then my bag. It's so cute. Anyways, we're going to dinner now. And this is the look of the night. We got a new coffee machine. Are you excited, babe?
Can't wait.
We switched it out. We had another one before, which was good, but we really wanted the DeLonghi one. And this is the Revelia. Everyone said this was the best one. And it has some pretty cool features. So AP's trying it out this morning for the first time. We need to organize that cabinet so bad. Maybe that'll be a Sunday activity for me tomorrow.
This one?
Is this the most exciting coffee machine you've ever had?
No question. Not even close.
I did sweet and savory for breakfast. It has all the different... That is so cool. Mine going first?
Yeah. How much creamer do you want?
I know I have like 45 creamers. Vanilla. Okay, the time has come. I am doing my updated everyday makeup routine. I asked you guys the other day on stories. I posted, I was like, what do you guys want to see more of in the vlogs? And so many of you said my updated makeup routine. So I just went to sit down to do my makeup for the day. And I'm doing my makeup in the kitchen or in the dining room because the lighting's really good in here. Okay, so for primer, I'm going in with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. It is the most amazing primer, you guys. It helps your makeup stick on your face so well. So it's currently Saturday and we just had breakfast and coffees at home. AP just went to the gym and I'm getting ready because we are going out. We're gonna go out for lunch today, I think. And we're really trying to find art for the apartment. Alex walked by the store the other day that had a bunch of art in it near our apartment. And so we wanna go back in and take a look. He didn't wanna go in without me. We wanna go in together to kind of see what there is because we're really trying to build the art on the walls in this apartment. And I don't really want to get anything online. I'm really wanting to get something like in the wild in New York. We're gonna go do that. And it's also the Chicago Bears game tonight. It's a very big game. It's the Packers versus the Bears. And if you guys didn't already know, I think you guys probably by now know because I've talked about it so much, but AP's a huge Chicago Bears fan. And he's kind of turned me naturally into a Chicago Bears fan. I've never been a fan of any football team because I never really watched football growing up. I wasn't really a thing in Canada. So this is all very new territory to me, but it's really fun. Like, I didn't know anything about college football before. Obviously the Chicago Bears is the NFL, but like I also have been loving watching college football, which is like so crazy. Kind of got introduced to this world through AP, and honestly it's really fun. So anyway, the game's tonight and it's a really big game. So after we go for lunch and like shopping and whatnot, I think we're gonna meet a bunch of our friends at a bar, and it's only like 1 p.m. so I need this makeup to last. I just used the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. It is my all-time favorite foundation. Now I'm gonna go in with the Dior Forever Concealer. I use the shade 2.5N. I've always used this shade. I love this concealer. It's kind of a ride or die product as well. It blends really beautifully with the Armani Luminous Silk. And I usually just kind of like spot treat my face with that. My skin's actually been pretty good lately. Like my skin's been pretty clear. So I didn't have to put too much on. I have a little friend right here, but apart from that, my skin has been very clear. The next thing I go in with is my Westman Atelier contour stick. And this contour stick, I've repurchased a million times. That's the only thing I have left. Again, it blends so beautifully with all of the other products I use. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that all in. And yes, I'm aware my body doesn't really match my face right now. I self-tanned earlier this week and it did match, but I'm kind of on like the last few days of my self-tan and it's I'm a little bit pale. Just don't mind that. I'll try to wear like a turtleneck today to cover the rest of my body. Okay, so for blush, now I'm gonna go in with blush. I'm using the Rhode Pocket Blush in the shade Freckle. This is my favorite shade out of all of the pocket blushes. I think it's so pretty. I layer with 2 different blushes. So this is just the first cream blush I'm gonna use, and then I go in with a powder blush. The Summer Fridays blush brush, it is incredible. This side blends your blush in so beautifully. I think it's the only brush they have, but it is actually incredible. And I like to do like the apples of my cheeks and then take it all the way up, like above my eyebrow. Okay, and now I typically go in with my nose contour. And for this, I use the Victoria Beckham Contour Stylus. Again, another, I feel like underrated product. It is incredible. And a lot of people use it like all over their face for their entire contour, but I just like to do it on my nose contour just because it gives you that like really nice precision. I also sometimes go like above or on my brow bone here too. I feel like it just doesn't get the hype that it deserves. Like it's so good. And I just use this little Charlotte Tilbury, kind of like a harder brush to blend out. Okay, and then now after I've done all of my cream products, I'll go in with setting spray before I powder, before I use any powder products. I think that that is like such a hack. Before I go in with any powder, I'm just gonna lightly I just did like 10 sprays. Setting spray that I use is the Pat McGrath Longwear setting spray, and it is, I'm actually almost done it. I'm gonna get a new one. I go in with some powder to set my makeup, and I just like to use a beauty blender that's already a little bit damp. I don't know if this is like what you're supposed to do, but I personally think this technique works really well. And I'll go along my nose, alongside my nose. Do you see that? And then I'll take the remainder of the product and I'll kind of just like bring it up right under my eye. I'll go back in, I'll just kind of use the remainder of the product so my under eyes don't get too cakey. And then I'll go in and I like to bake kind of like the contour of my jaw. Like you can kind of even see what it did there. I personally get very oily, so I like to absolutely bake my entire T-zone. Okay, I look crazy, but while that is baking, I'll go in with my bigger fluffy brush. So now I'm going in with powdered bronzer and powdered blush. I love this Dior, what is it? The Dior Forever Nude Bronze. I love to go in with the big thick side and just kind of give myself a little bit of color back from my powdered. Then I'm going in with my blush, and this is my current favorite blush. This is the Gucci blush in the shade Bright Coral. It is such a pretty pink. I think it works really well and complements really well with the Rhode blush, because I feel like the Rhode pocket blushes, they just don't really last that long. Like I feel like if I just wore the pocket blushes, my blush would be gone within a few hours. So I like to layer it. Like I think it's a really good base blush, but I like to build upon it because I just love I just love blush. So, and then with the same blush brush on the same side, kind of like tap off the products, but I'll go in and brush off baking that I did earlier on my nose. Okay, and then we got to do brows. You can't even see my brows right now. I have very, very light brows, but I also don't think I look good with like a dark brow look. Like I feel like I need to keep the lightness, but just kind of fill them in or feather them in. For brows, I kind of go between two products. I love the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat, and I also really love the Maybelline Express Brow. I think it's just really precise, has a super fine tip. I also really need to just get my brows done right now. Like I feel like I'm due to get my brows done, so just don't mind that. What are we going with? Now we're going in with my eyes. We're gonna do my signature wing that I have been doing, you guys, for way too long, but I feel like I've really perfected it over the years. So I love, this is my Ride or Die eyeliner. It is the Dior Matte Brown Dior Show Stylo. That is a mouthful, but here it is. You can screenshot it. What I do is I'll go in and just lightly, kind of in like a messy way. I don't really like it to be perfect. So I'm gonna go in with like a smudger afterwards. You just need a brush or a little like stylus that looks like this, that has the tip of the edge. That's kind of like that, a little smudger. And I'll go in and I'll basically like smudge out the edges to make it feel a little bit more natural. Mascara, I'm gonna be using the Armani Classico. I love this mascara. Look at the brush. Look at the brush on this. My lashes, and I like to focus on the outer corner of my lashes. Like I typically will go in a little heavier on the outsides to create like a cat eye a little bit more. Okay, and then last but not least, for lips, I use my everyday favorite lip liner. This is the Makeup Forever lip liner in Anywhere Caffeine. Favorite shade of lip liner. Like if I lose my Anywhere Caffeine lip liner, I have a mental breakdown. I fear I will never find a shade better than Anywhere Caffeine for my complexion and just like the way I like my makeup. If they ever discontinue this color, I will like literally buy out the entire store to have a lifetime supply. This liner is very important to me. So I like a fresh, sharpened lip liner. I think that that is the key to a good lip. I'm gonna try to do this close up so you guys can kind of see. See how I like mimicked it, but just kind of accentuated it a little bit more. And then I like to kind of go in and shade it. And that is how I do my lip liner. Okay, see, it's all coming together. And then for my lip gloss, honestly, I kind of switch up my lip gloss. I love to use lip balm. Today I'm gonna go in with the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Pink Sugar. And sometimes I won't go in with any gloss or any lip balm because I feel like sometimes it lasts longer if I don't. So, okay, let me show you guys. Okay, this is my everyday makeup routine. I guess it's not every single day, but when I want to do like my full face of makeup, that is what I do. Okay, so like I said, today is Saturday and it's now 2 o'clock. AP is still at the gym. He's gonna be back any minute and he's gonna get ready for the day, and we're gonna go out for a little late lunch. I don't really know where we're gonna go yet, but we're gonna go out, and we really need to find art for this apartment. I know I just talked about this, but I really wanna fill at least this spot on the wall in the living space. Like I feel like when you walk in here, it just looks so beautiful, but the wall just feels so bare and sad. So I really want to get a cool piece of art there, but I want a piece of art that like I won't get annoyed with or like bored with, but I want something that's like interesting and cool, but still like timeless and can kind of go through every season. I don't want it to feel seasonal for like winter just because it's winter right now. Like I want it to kind of go throughout the entire summer as well. So I just want to like find a piece of art that I like see and resonate with, and also Alex as well. Like I want us to like look at it and be like, yeah, that's the piece that's going, the main art in our living space, because I feel like this area is the most used area in our apartment. Okay, I figured out my outfit. This is what I'm wearing. Hold on, I have to turn this TV off, it's distracting me. Okay, so this is the outfit. My jacket is from Charlotte Simone. My little black turtleneck is from Commando. Jeans are my Allie Grace Levi's. Loafers are Naked. This is what I call my trash bag. It's literally huge. It fits everything because I'm bringing you guys today on the vlog. And it's basically my only bag that fits my vlog camera. But it's from Flattered, the brand called Flattered. I got it off Revolve. So we're gonna have a little clutch. And that is the outfit. And we're going straight to the art store because we want to find the piece of art. So fingers crossed we find something. If not, we'll keep on the hunt. It's missing an M. Okay, so we had no luck. Not no luck.
Yeah, I mean some luck.
Some luck. We kind of got some inspo. It was more of like a poster store. I thought it was like a mix of art and poster, but it was more poster.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know. Even though the name of the store, what was the name of the store selling?
Like Phillips posters.
Phillips posters. So I probably should have known that it was gonna be just posters, but it was, yeah, it was just posters. Anyway, we didn't pick anything up, but we did look at the catalog, got some inspo, I took some photos of some that I thought were cute.
We had some that I liked, then you didn't, and some that you liked that I didn't, but I think we found some good ones.
And now we're going for lunch, and we're trying to go to,
Joseph Leonard.
do you want to tell them what Joseph Leonard means to us, babe?
Well, it was the restaurant we went to the Wednesday after we met, after we'd spent 3 days in a row together.
Mm-hmm.
So it was our first, well, it wasn't our first date. I don't
not
know,
our
just a
first date.
special place for us, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I guess, where you confirmed that you had intentions of seeing me again after you left for the Hamptons that week.
We went on a little date there, and then Sandra came and met us there too. So that was the day that you met
Sandy.
Sandra
Yep. And then we took a car to the Hamptons.
together. And nobody knew. Everyone thought it was just me and Sandy in the car. Like all of that content, if you remember from last summer, of me and Sandy going up to the Hamptons for the 4th of July weekend, little did everyone know. In the back of all those TikToks, in the back of all that content, AP was in the back. AP was in the back watching it all happen, and I knew him for like 4 days. But we didn't hang out in the Hamptons. He did his own thing and I did my own thing, but we drove up together.
We saw each other for 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
We did see each other for 3 minutes. There's a will, there's a way. We found it. Anyway, so we're gonna try to go to Joseph Leonard, and then if not, we have a few backup plans. It's so rainy out. Look at the rain.
Bear weather
And also burger weather.
and martinis.
And martinis. You're gonna have a martini for lunch?
I think I'm gonna go Aperol Spritz, then martini, then I'm gonna have as many Miller Lights as humanly possible for the game.
I wish you guys had Caesars here so bad. That's the one thing about living in America that I really struggle with, is that there are no Caesars. And if you're from Canada, then you know Caesars in Canada are like the best things in the entire world. If you like it, if you don't, then you don't. But if you like it, Caesars in Canada are so much better than Caesars in America. And like today is a perfect day for a Caesar, like a rainy Saturday. You're like a little hungover and you kind of want to like get
That
the
actually
hair of the dog.
sounds so good.
I know, it's so good, and it's like, it's kind of like a meal and a drink. So like when you're a little hungover and you want to have like your first drink of the night to kind of get going for the Saturday night, a Caesar's like exactly what you
I
need.
might go Bloody Mary, martini, Spritz, then Miller Lite.
That's crazy. I'll do beer tonight since it's a football day. Maybe I'll do beer.
Oh, you want to show them the bar seats? So, like 2 weeks before I met Emma, my friend Jack and I, who we kind of reconnected with.
I love Jack. Shout out to Jack if you're watching the vlog.
Yeah, we know. We went out to, we like had a day. We went out drinking all day and then came back here to do like burgers before we called it a night. And we were talking about how like nice it was that we have some like good single guy friends in the city to go out with together. And we're like, yeah, we're pumped for summer. Gonna be great. And then I think like 7 days later I met you, and then nothing happened after that. Still see Jack, but
Shoot. Sorry, Jack. You guys, this is my love language. They literally just brought, out of nowhere, we didn't even ask for it, a jar of cornichons. You guys, not to be dramatic, I know I just shit on American Caesars or Bloody Marys, but this is probably the best Bloody Mary I've had in America, like in my whole life. I kind of just ate my words there, but I still stand by, like, Canadians have better Caesars, but this Bloody Mary at Joseph Leonard is kind of amazing. I don't know, it's like you probably can't hear me, it's so loud. Shorty's here for moral support. We're at the Bears bar. Hi. Nice to meet you. It's 11:10.
understand you guys. Like, it's my friends are at the bar. So I like I couldn't let my girl come here alone. You guys, look at this. Just look at this. It's like I've never seen this in my entire life. Like, I didn't grow up with football culture, but look at this.
Hello you guys, happy Sunday. It is now the end of the week. It's like 5 p.m. I just had an everything girl shower. I didn't wash my hair, but I had a shower. I got into fresh jammies, fresh Everjays, of course. And I did a huge deep clean of the house today. I think I also had a ton of boxes that I needed to break down with like a bunch of packages that I ordered. It started there and it kind of just snowballed. I ended up organizing like the cupboards. I wiped down like every single surface in this apartment. I feel amazing. It is now Sunday night at 5 p.m. and the house is sparkling clean and smells delicious because I just lit a few candles. It's very relaxing in here right now. And I'm gonna start editing this vlog. So that's why I wanted to just quickly sign off here. So this is where I will be until further notice. And this is how I'm spending my Sunday afternoon, evening. Also, look at that. The Empire State Building is behind me. Do you see that? I'll literally never get over that. Anyways, I'm gonna get to editing, but the next vlog is gonna be really fun because I'm actually traveling to LA, Vancouver, and Aspen next week, and I'm gonna vlog, I think all three, and like combine it into one vlog for next week's vlog. So next week's vlog is gonna be a travel vlog, which will be fun. But that is it for today's vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.